Hi guys, this is my last video. It's the fourth one of part 4 of the 10 questions that people most ask me on my keto journey. I've been on ketogenic diet for 2 years. I do kind of 8 months keto and 4 months non-keto, kind of normal. I don't have it exactly 4 months. It's like maybe on a bank holiday weekend, I don't do strict keto, but I would be pretty keto now, to be honest. Might have some drink, alcohol. I might have McDonald's. I might go for McDonald's with the family, whatever. So I'm not too obsessed about it. But at the same time, when I do keto, I do strict, I do intermittent fasting with keto. Okay, so the last two questions are number 8. Do I believe that I can prevent common chronic illnesses through diet, ketogenic diets specifically, or carnivore as well? I've done carnivore for a couple of months, which is a very strict form of keto. Doesn't suit me. It's very antisocial. And I do like lettuce and vegetables and stuff, cruciferous vegetables. So yes, I do believe it. I do believe that you should avoid, say, root vegetables and fruit most of the time. And I think intermittently you should have fruits. I had fruit this weekend, a little bit, and then I mightn't have fruit for 3 months again. So I'm careful about my fruit intake. Definitely if you're on weight loss, I wouldn't have fruit. Anyway, back to the chronic illness. Yes, I do believe that with intermittent fasting and good clean diet with no refined carbs for the most part, I think you can avoid chronic illness like cancer, dementia, Crohn's disease, all of these. You're keeping your mitochondria of your cells cleaned up. So what happens is they all get damaged over time. What we want to do is clean them up. So that's why I do intermittent fasting. I do some longer fasts as well. Some people don't agree with that. I actually think it's very healthy to do 36 plus, kind of 36 hours to maybe 72 hours, where you get into autophagy, which cleans out old broken proteins, which are your mitochondria and your cells. And it uses those broken proteins and recycles them. Instead of you having to ingest proteins, you're using them through fasting. Your body is doing autophagy. So it's doing two things. It's doing ketosis, which is making ketones as a fuel source. Basically, ketones are made from your own fat. So your body takes its own fat when you're fasting, turns it back into ketones and glucose for the brain and body. And then we also have autophagy. Once you go over kind of, some people say 16 hours, I think probably 24, 36 hours, your body goes into recycling its old broken proteins. It's a great clean out system. I did a 17-day water fast kind of unexpectedly. Now I had built up to that. I did it with ease. I was cooking for everybody else. Like, I see all these people are fasting and they don't have anybody else to look after. I was cooking for 5 other people. And every day, morning, noon, and night, I was cooking for 5 other people, and I was fasting myself, 100%. So I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I'm just saying that, I see all these people that are fasting and they're doing this lifestyle and that lifestyle, they're going to the gym. My life is not perfect. It's very messy. If I had to give up fasting, I would have had to give into the pressure of life, but I did it with ease. Luckily, I had done it several times. I did take electrolytes and I drank black coffee as a kind of a get me through it. I didn't feel too much pressure because I had done up to a 10-day water fast before that, and I built up. I'd done 6 hours, 12 hours. I built myself up over 2 years to get to the position where I could fast for that long, and I had plenty body fat, plenty. I could have gone for another 17 days with ease. So because I tend to eat carbs, build up a bit of body fat again, and then I might be able to not eat for a little bit again. I don't really kind of have a meticulous plan for what I do. I'm a little bit random as well, but that's life. Life is messy. So the last question, oh no, this is the ninth. So that was the 8th question. The 9th question is, do I believe in supplements? Yes, I do believe in supplements, but you have to be careful. There are some supplements you can take too much of, like B12, vitamin D. You just be careful that you are taking the right amount. And if you feel you're taking too much, just take a couple of days off, And then there's other supplements that you can't really take too much of, like vitamin C, which is water soluble. If you take too much, your body flushes it out. But there are other supplements that your body doesn't flush out so easily. So make sure you read the instructions and make sure you follow the instructions for the most part. Occasionally, I might take a little bit more than the instructions allow, but that's because I kind of know what I'm doing. But I would be careful with supplements. I definitely agree with supplements rather than not, but I would definitely be careful with them too. So the final question is, do I believe oats and flour are bad? Yes. Overall, yes. I do eat oats and flour occasionally. But overall, yes, I really would love people to give up oats in the morning with these overnight oats, these chia seeds bullshit with overnight oats for breakfast. I think it is the worst possible thing. You have these very skinny women, particularly women, men too, who are eating oats and chia seeds and all, banana and making it up for the week. And they think that it's okay. I actually think that that's a mitochondrial disaster because you are spiking your blood sugar too early in the day. And oats particularly, they really shoot up your blood sugar. Next thing, insulin is released. What we're trying to do overall for me, for Cate's Keto, is trying to control the rise of insulin on an ongoing basis. It's called hyperinsulinemia, where we are constantly spiking. So blood sugar first and then insulin after that. And we must watch out for that. And I think that that's why I feel there are so many young skinny women that are actually getting cancer and other things. And I actually think that that's part of the problem, is that they're having these early in the morning. You'd be better off having nothing. I don't eat any breakfast in the morning. I did actually have breakfast this morning, which is very unusual. But in general, most of the time I don't have any breakfast. I have coffee with heavy cream, which does not spike my insulin. That's why I have cream in it, because fat does not rise your blood sugar. And then I have no insulin spike. So I could, but my blood sugar, I wore a blood sugar monitor. I have another one over there for a couple of weeks. And my blood sugar stayed really stable without the ingestion of carbohydrates. So it was really perfect. Whenever I did eat carbohydrates, it went woo! But my blood sugar control is very good. So it's really to avoid the hyperinsulinemia as opposed to the blood sugar. But once the blood sugar goes up, the insulin will be released, and that's when fat storage occurs. But what we want to do is give our bodies a break more than anything. So yeah, I think the ketogenic diet is amazing, but I do mix it up with the normal diet as well, because we live in the real world. We want to have a bit of fun as well. And I have got kids, a family life, it's not going to be always perfect, And also everybody loves carbs. I love carbs as much as anybody, but I just limit the amount of times that I eat them. But I'm not going to dry balls. If I go and meet somebody for lunch, I'm going to have a sandwich or whatever. I'm going to have McDonald's. I'm going to go and have potatoes or whatever it is. So I would have a healthy mix. Bye guys, have a nice day.